I don't know if it's just me or what, but every time a new season of Power come out and it first comes out, I'll be like, God, I'm not watching this garbage. And I avoid it for like 2 months. But then I start seeing people posting about it on Facebook, Instagram, and then any show that I was watching, or the movie industry just sucks, and I'd be like, you know what, let me check this out. And the crazy part, I watch it, but I don't watch it. So I'll watch Power or whatever way after the fact, like I say, 2 months, 3 months later or something. But this last season of Power Book Force, and I hate this one the most. Not this season, but like out of all the powers, I didn't care for it that much. So I pretty much finished Power Book 4 Season 3, and it took me, I could have probably finished this all in one day, but I spread it out. I only watch the show usually when I have some downtime or something. But I'm not gonna lie, this was actually a good season. And honestly, 10 episodes is fine. Because when you start watching any Power, like I said, when you start watching any type of Power TV show, if you start watching any Power show after the first like 5 episodes, it becomes this I hate you, you hate me, hey, we have the same common enemy, and it's just like teaming up for business. Like that's the main point of all Power stories are. I would say, the first one kinda, they had a little more intricate details, but definitely book 2 and book 4 for sure. Raising Kanan has a better story, I think, out of all of the powers, honestly. But with Power Book 4 Force, this was actually probably, to me, the best season. This was the best season that they had. And, not to go into too many details, because we all watched it. This is not like a review of episodes or anything, but it's kind of like what's next, because they're teasing, and spoiler warning right now. I'm pretty sure you already saw it because I'm always late, but spoiler alert again. At the end, you have Tommy and Tariq talking. And Tariq is basically saying, like, hey, come to New York. Bring your cartel stuff to New York. Which, like I said, at the end of this episode, Tommy pretty much controls everything. I mean, you gotta think about it, like Ortega was like this scary guy, kind of like he had cartel members and everything, and they built him up. Tommy basically took his spot. So, I mean, why would Tommy leave Chicago? He has Miguel in Chicago. He has Shanti and stuff, which I don't trust Shanti at all. But essentially, there's no more enemies like talking about. Tommy, he has power. He should just be sitting back, chilling. You don't even have the cartels fighting each other because they're one coalition now. Yeah, Diamond is dead. That's fine. You do have Vic and Jannard. You know, they're gonna team up. But exactly what coalition, if any, would Vic and Jannard have?
Go ahead.
You know, some low-level street soldiers. You know, I mean, even some low-level street soldiers would be dumb to go at, you know, Tommy and them. Now, the only thing I could see is that at this point, Jannard and them are so weak, you could actually have D-Mac go against Jannard. I mean, D-Mac could go find Jannard. Jannard has no one. You know, he has no game. You know, but we know when the new season comes, the writers are going to just have him have a conversation with somebody, and then boom, he instantly has 20, 30 people on his side. You know, I would rather that not happen. You know, I would actually rather season 4. I mean, you have to have Tommy, but you know, I would almost want to leave this be and not even do a season 4. To be honest, like, unless you have it some kind of way where you can incorporate season 4 with him going to New York and kind of have 2 stories going on, kind of like how BMF had the Detroit and the Atlanta scenes running at the same time. Because at this point, Vic may be able to scrum up, you know, some people, but I mean, Vic doesn't have a plug unless he goes to his aunt. You know, his aunt might have some plugs from, you know, wherever they're from, and they might could get a little stuff working, but you know, you can't go against Tommy with the backing of like 3 or 4 cartels at their hand, which Che never seems to really back up Tommy. You know, he just kills people that owe him money instead of really trying to help him. You know, which is crazy. It seems like they're just kind of, he let that low-level soldier stuff play out, but I don't know. He seems like he likes Tommy, but you know, Tommy can't cut his head off. You know, because that'll disrupt too much stuff. Now, what may happen, Tommy might try to expand to New York, and then Che doesn't like it, and then you can have some turf war like that. But Jannard and Vic are done. I would have a whole, not series, but I would dedicate at least half of season 4 of D-Mac just trying to kill Jannard. You know, that would definitely be the whole season. Shanti might feel a way about it. You know, hell, kill both of them. But Shanti's character, I feel like, cannot die because she has too good of a character. She's Shanti showstopper. She runs the little boxing ring. You really can't get rid of her that way unless you're ending the show.
No, so you can kill her.
You know, killing her,
Right,
you know, you're throwing away that whole set design and everything. So maybe save her for season 4, and what you can do is just put Tommy in the new season on Power Book 2. The Ghost, Power Book 2 Ghost. Let him be on that new season, and hey, everything's pretty much fine. And maybe they branch out and have a new kind of. They probably won't do it. They'll probably just keep crossing them over. How I think Grey's Anatomy and 911 or whatever that firefighter show is. How they do crossovers like every single season or something. There's always like 2 episodes crossing over, and I'll be fine. Like what Tariq did when he came in, he didn't make too much of a fuss. You don't want to give too much away because they're 2 totally different shows. But if we get Tommy and Tariq collab, in New York, that'll be fire. We get Tariq's probably done with Chicago because Tariq is not a big player. I want people to think about that. The stuff that Tommy has going on, in reality, Tommy, what he has set up right now, he's probably on his way to be bigger than Ghost at this point. You might could almost say Tommy may be bigger than Ghost from what he just started. Now, Tommy just got this sort of coalition together. Like he has a lot of people moving as one. And he has the backing of a cartel that just merged. And he has unlimited foot soldiers. If Tommy could keep this good for like the next year, just 1 year, I mean, Tommy should be clocking mad money. I mean, you just saw Jannard had a Lamborghini. Like, what kind of money Jannard got? Jannard ain't, like, come on now. Jannard is like, man, if you was talking Yu-Gi-Oh, man, Jannard is like a level 4 monster. And Tommy is like a level 8 boss that just moved up to like level 12 final boss monster. You need special summonings to summon Tommy. And did he not just get like what, a U.S. attorney or something? I don't know what that guy was running for. He's in his back pocket. Tommy should really be untouchable with this last season. Now, if Tommy goes to all the way to New York, he could still raise hell in New York. He knows all the turfs and stuff, but that power, all of his foot soldiers and guys are really in Chicago. So to power Tommy down, he has to go to New York. Will they actually have Tommy go to New York and really, really set up shop? Or will he just go there for like a few episodes? Now, if things were smart, Tariq would just use Tommy as his plug. Someone he trusts, someone that's not gonna, if Tariq gets into some beef, no one could really blackmail him and, stuff like that. He tells Tommy, and that's squared away. Hey, somebody robs his stash or something, Tommy will have so much money. That's what I would think. That would be that's the easiest decision. Just have Tommy supply the work to New York through Tariq. Now Tariq can't move buku weight. He don't do, he doesn't have that many foot soldiers, but hey, if they get established really good, they can have their own little thing going on. You know, you had Monet and all of them kind of doing some stuff, but man, it's not like how, you know, Tommy got it in New York. Tyreek would really have to start from the ground up. Hell, even Kanan had like a little operation kind of going, but it wasn't no like CBI organized gang type stuff. You know, if Tariq actually sets up an organized gang, plus you have people like Braden and stuff, that's a whole nother like market. You know, Shanti got the club and everything. You know, Tyreek needs something of his own. I think we need to establish that in the next season of Power Book 2. You know, Tyreek just needs some businesses or something, and he can move Tommy work out of. And Tyreek's smart. That's the only other problem, is that Tyreek is so dangerous because he's smart and sneaky and calculated. And he could get out of stuff. So if he has Tommy as his plug, and Tyreek's smart enough to, you know, move this work, all he needs is a good structure, and boom. You got Tommy and Tyreek running stuff. You got D-Mac. I mean, eventually he should get his revenge on Jannard. And then boom, you know, your power universe coming to an end. You know, the next 2 seasons, one in Force, one in Ghost. I mean, unless somebody dies, I mean, Tommy is damn near like, man, like, let's be real. Tommy should have, you know, that cartel money at this point. Tommy should be clocking in $1 million a month or more. Probably more. I mean, he's bringing Hefe, I don't know what that was, $4 million in like 24 hours? He had to re-up? I mean, there ain't got that much drugs in the world people doing, right? I mean, damn. Tommy really should be, you know, Tommy ain't got little money, man. You know, he's driving that Challenger or whatever, a Camaro. I don't remember what it was. I can't think. But there's no way after this season just went off, Tommy would literally have to lose everything within a month or two to not be straight forever. You know, Tommy would literally have to be clocking in after 1 year of no interference, no debts, you know, no street wars, because Jannard and Vic has no army. If Tommy could lay low, just collect money, let everyone else under him kind of do work, he don't have to put himself in danger, he can raise his kid. Tommy can go to Mexico, chill out for 1 year, you know, let everyone just work like clockwork. Man, Tommy should be up 50 to 100 million based off of the deals that he was doing. 50 to 100 million easily. I mean, like 4 million, you're giving Hefe 4 million in 24 hours. And that was kind of just off of like Shanti. So you're talking about if you just lowball it every day, 4 million. I mean, man, if Tommy gets 1 good year, there's no reason he can't, you know, take over New York. I mean, look, you had Mona, you know, running stuff on Ghost, and I know for a fact Mona doesn't have Tommy's money that with his connections right now. There's just no way. Mona ain't no billionaire or whatever. You know, Tommy is damn near a made cartel member now. You know, Tommy at this point ain't just plugged up in the cartel. Like, he is a cartel member, pretty much. He's damn near family with Miguel. And he took Ortega's spot, which Ortega was a cartel-made man. Come on, bruh. Like, man, Tommy can't be messed with at this point. Tommy has officially... I want to say, if everything goes correctly, Tommy's damn near more powerful than Ghost. You know, Tommy is more powerful than Ghost at this point. You know, and it has to last, though. We have to get season 4 showing Tommy longevity. You know, how much time has passed when Tariq leaves. And if Tommy establishes a plug line to Tariq, he's definitely, for sure, more powerful than Ghost. You know, I mean, right now, Tommy should be more powerful than Ghost. It's just as simple as that. But y'all let me know in the comment section. You know, do you think Tommy will surpass Ghost